Hello and welcome to all of you e-sailing fans around the world. Welcome to the SailGP, or I have to say the eSailGP Cows qualifier final. The last spot is going to be taken tonight, the last spot for the grand finals tomorrow, where there'll be some huge prizes coming up. But I will not be all alone in studio today. Today I also have my favorite commentator, and I think he's more beautiful than me. Please welcome Alec Wilkinson.
Thomas, you're absolutely right, as always. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're following us from. Hello and welcome to the last chance for these e-sailors to qualify for the grand final. Exciting stuff, Thomas.
It's very exciting stuff what we're going to experience today, Alec. We are in Cows. That's where we had the breaking record of 50 knots in the real SailGP with these F50s. And these guys fighting today are fighting to get into the grand final tomorrow. And Alec, there's some very cool prizes in there tomorrow if they win the grand final.
There are some cool prizes. One of those prizes is a ride on a real F50 when SailGP returns. And that is a fantastic opportunity. I was there at Cows when they broke that 50 knot speed record. And it was awesome to see from the shore. So can you imagine what it would be like on board that boat with the water splashing up and soaking your face, your hair in the wind? Absolutely fantastic. And that is one of two prizes. The other is automatic qualification into the e-sailing World Championship final. So lots and lots at stake tonight.
Yeah, and I can say to you that the players, they are all nervous. We have really been sitting with them, having a 1 hour's warm-up with them, and we can really see the excitement. It's the last spot ever. And one of the players, Dean, that's his second final he's in here. As I remember, he played 60 times to go into this qualification final. So amazing what to do. But stay tuned, we'll just visit Cows a little bit here.
Welcome to the beach here in Cows.
Nice one, Doss. Shirley, how about that? They're pretty happy about that, Shirley.
Yeah.
Big effort, big relief. Awesome job by the Australians.
We talented.
And Alec Wilkinson, what a speed they had in Cows. They're registering and Oracle had all these stats with it. Fantastic. But here we have the format of today, the race course. Can you guide us a little bit through it?
Yeah, so we've got three. I mean, it's the usual format. So if you've been following the whole of this eSailGP season, it is the usual final format. So we've got three fleet races to qualify. The top two players after those three fleet races go through to the match race final, the one-on-one, the head-to-head that will decide finalist number 8 for the grand final tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite exciting. We will get the players ready, so please stay tuned and let's see how they hit 50 knots in Cows last year.
When these boats first took to the water in Sydney, two words were on everyone's lips: 50 knots. Fast forward to Cows, and solid winds, a tweaked rudder and a head start for Great Britain offered the best opportunity yet. On the water they registered 49.54, but back on dry land news came in and it was good.
It was incredible. We kept pushing on the waters, we kept seeing 49s. Great to finally do it and show what these boats are capable of. It's a nice little, tick in the box almost, getting that 50 knots first, and hopefully that just upsets a couple of the skippers a little bit.
Well, the British were only the first to make 50 because they were the first team to sail in over 20 knots of wind. We would have hit 50 by now if they'd let us go sailing.
They were allowed on the water, they were allowed to sail, and they got out there and did 50 knots. Well done to them. But then hearing them saying, oh, it's nice to get one up on Tom Slingsby and the Australians, well, mate, we're sitting on shore.
Mind games? Maybe. But one thing is for sure, when Nathan Outridge and Tom Slingsby first took to the water, they had a point to prove.
50.37 from Scott Babbage.
We did it on the way out to the race course day one.
Yeah.
How long did it take them? 6 days?
60, boys. We're going for 60.
A little later, the Aussies became the first to exceed 51. Game on.
As soon as we did get on the water, we beat them comfortably. I got a pat on the back yesterday for breaking the speed record, but look, there's $1 million prize money for winning the races. For us, it's all about winning events.
We just heard over the comms that the Aussies did 50 and a half down the channel. So I think our challenge is to try and do 52.
And here we go. Go on. Nice one, fellas. Nice, boys. Nice one.
And we've just broken the 50 knot barrier, which is good.
To be honest, no one in our team really cares about doing 50 knots. We did it a few times yesterday and didn't even make a feature in our debrief. What are we here for? Are we here for racing or are we here to go fast? This event's a competition and all we want to do is prove that our team is the best team on the water.
They play up a rivalry between us, but mate, you're not even competing against us. Whatever.
And Alec Wilkinson, what a race they did in Cowes. You were there, how was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic to see such huge crowds as well to come and watch sailing live. But what a venue Cowes is! You know, it's got the breeze, it's got the currents. It's difficult, but it's exhilarating all at the same time. Right. Well, on screen we have Greece 9, one of 6 countries represented here tonight. We know Greece 9 as Leonardo, and he's from Saloniki. That's where he's sitting right now, the 40-year-old who sailed the Tornado for Greece until about a decade ago. But now in retirement, he's finding real success in eSailing.
And then we have Finn Lynch, Alec.
Finn
Irish
Lynch,
guys.
our Irish Olympic laser sailor, trying to qualify still for Tokyo 2020. And he's at a training camp in Norway right now. How will he get on in this eSailGP final? And then Bandido, he's a man that we've seen in many of the big e-sailing competitions before, sitting in Santander in Spain and looking to qualify for the grand final as well.
Yeah.
But look at this. 30 seconds to go now. And they're beginning to form up, and you're going to start seeing them accelerate away any second.
And there we just lost the sound on Alec. There they come into the start. 7 seconds to the start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what a start for the young Douwe Bosma. He's from the Netherlands, coming in here, but he's caught on the outside. So right now, Greek 9, Alpha from France, and Yusu, one of the new players in this final, upcoming in the lead. He's sitting in Spain at the moment. See there, all focused. The pulse is rising on him. So focused, and he took up the headphones so he cannot hear me right now, because then he will lose focus on it. It's coming down to the gate mark first, rounding it here. It's still Yusu from Spain, followed by Greek 9 in second. Douwe Bosma is coming in the next position. And then we can see Dean from Australia. We know it's quite early for him. He's having a hard time queuing in 6. We're following Greek 9 at the moment. And Alec, are you back in the race, or are we still losing you? He is not back in the race, but there we have Greek 9 coming in. He is right now racing upwind, second position in the right-hand side. Let's try to go to the opposite side where we have Bandido. He's sitting here in the couch together with Blackbeard, one of the famous, notorious sailors in e-sailing. We have him here with us beside, helping him and coaching him. He's queuing in third, crossing to the opposite side, trying to find some wind. And you need to read that radar in the top left corner. Up there you can see light area is light wind, dark area is much more wind, and that's where the wind pressure is. That's where Bandido going over, but right now he's dropping to 7. They're coming to the first top mark. We have from Ireland sitting in Norway at the moment. Finn Lynch coming back in second. This looks like one of those races where they're switching position all the time. Let's see how it goes. Greek 9 coming first to the mark. He's coming up here to the mark, rounding it, going to the far side. Quite amazing. Finn Lynch in second. Then we have Yusu in third, Alpha in fourth, and very close Bandido, Yavinho, Dow Bosma. And today we have Jovinho. He's sitting here in Spain also, relaxing at the moment. He switched couch today. Normally he's sitting in another chair, but let's see how that's going. Then we have Bandito coming in here in the lead. Not in the lead, in 6. He was in 2nd, dropping down. But right now it looks like Greek 9 is slipping away. Let's see how it goes. They're coming to the bottom gate mark for the 2nd time. Going upwind. Greek 9 takes he doesn't take the long route. He switched straight away. Tacks to the left-hand side. And when we're speaking about long route and short route, it's all about the tactics you're getting here. Yusu with a penalty. Got pressured by Alpha from France. And if you're seeing when we're going upwind, you can see if you're going to the left-hand side like here, you can do 3 tacks upwind to the top mark if you're lucky and the wind is with you. If you're going to the opposite side like Bandito is doing here, then you're doing 4 tacks in total. Let's see how it's going. Bandito, he's always quite quiet, coming in here, still sitting in the couch. Jovinho going in front of him. Very fair play like Jovinho, also making that he doesn't got a penalty because Bandito had the right away. Alpha in 3rd. He's sitting in France. Let's see if we can get a beautiful picture of him. No, we just lost him in the picture. He will be back in a second. Yusu from Spain. Impressive. We haven't seen much to him. It's the first time we see him on eSailing TV. And right now, he is in 5th. He was in 2nd and battling for it. But it's still Greek 9 and it's Finn Lynch coming in. Will Greek 9 take it? He will take it. Great timing by him. But let's see if Finn, how he's doing here, coming in 2nd. He's going opposite side. See, a long way to go around that mark. Making Dean coming back in the race, but it's too late for Dean to capture him. Dean is sitting very early in the morning in Australia, getting ready for that one. 3rd place right now. As I remember, it's 5 in the morning in Australia for Dean, so quite impressive he's up there. He also had 3 coffees before the race coming in. Greek 9 coming first. That's a victory to Leonardis of Sparta. No, he is from Syracuse, but coming in there, Finn Lynch from Ireland coming in 2nd. And Alec, I can hear you back with me. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm back audio-wise anyway. I think it's thunderstorms. We've got a thunderstorm, so I think we lost each other there. But I'm back.
Yeah. Alpha coming in 5. Dow Bosma, the youngster. He has been in 3 finals. And when we're seeing his picture, it's upside down. But Alec, here is the scoreboard. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, what a way to start for Greece 9. And a really impressive victory as well. Ahead of Finn Lynch of Ireland and Dean Foran, otherwise known as first loser of Australia, in 3rd. Bandito 4th, Alpha 5th, the young Douwe Bosma from the Netherlands in 6th, and then it's Spain in 7th and 8th.
Yeah, and it's quite amazing to see how this race has been switching position all the time. We saw Yusu with the best start, rounding that first reach mark, going down to the gate mark, coming first. Great job by him. Then we have Greek 9 have a best average speed, and then we see we are in cows. Can they hit 50 knots downwind? Bandito hitting the fastest speed tonight, 48.3 knots downwind. Finn Lynch sailed the shortest distance. That's impressive. We haven't seen much to him. It's the first time we experience him on eSailing TV. So great job by the Irish guy. And when we are watching this chart here, we can also see how they're switching positions all the time. But see what happened to the young Douwe Bosma from the Netherlands. At mark number 3, that is the top mark. Upwind there, something happened. He got a penalty, dropped down to last position, Alec. Last position from 2nd. That was a very costly. And then we saw Greek 9 going up and taking the lead. Great stuff, great stuff. But who will join us in the grand final that will be played tomorrow, 2200 hours Paris time? And we are getting ready in the mix zone with the first player of today. Let's see if we can get contact to Yuso sitting in Spain, one of the new players. I don't think if he can hear us. Yuso, are you there? Please turn on your mic. Yeah, please turn on your mic. There we go. And take it away, Alec.
Yusuk, how was that? How was your first race? Can you tell us?
Right now I can see he's not turned on his mic yet. Please turn on the mic in the left corner, Yusu.
No.
Yeah, it's
Yusuk
okay.
Yusuk is new, isn't he, to
all this technology, yeah.
Final?
Yeah, it's okay. Then we will just go to Greek 9 and hear the victor. Greek 9.
Leonardo, congratulations. Race
Hello,
number
hello.
1. Victory.
Thank you very much.
But you must be pleased of how you won that race, because you had a good advantage.
Yes, I tried to play safe in my first race, but I make a very good start until the Mark 1, and then the race is very easy for me. I have no pressure.
So the question is about the start, really, because you said you had a good start. What do you think are the ingredients for a good start in the EF50? What do you need to do?
I think the only thing is to start with a maximum speed. To take your boat in the line with maximum speed.
Left of the line, right of the line, middle of the line?
Now I start from left. From left side.
Okay, well done. We'll see how you do in race 2.
And Alec, we are getting ready for race number 2. The players are coming in here in a few sec. We just want to Greek 9. He just needs to turn off his microphone again. We don't want him in studio.
Sorry.
And we'll come back in the race. And Alec, it's going to be quite interesting. Let's see how the players are doing in there. And there we start with Greek 9 in the picture. But one guy I want to speak a little bit about, Alec, is this guy, Yavino.
Avino, who has a traditionally he's got a striped armchair that we always comment on when he's playing, but he's changed the chair for a sofa tonight, and this could be significant, really significant, because he is a 2-time match race finalist, and both times he's been beaten to a place in the grand final. Can the change of his seating arrangements also change his luck? We will see.
And then we have, let's see if we can get a picture on him. This is Alpha, Alec. We don't have a picture on him. He had some issues with the camera there. No, we have him up here. There's Alpha from France. A new guy on the team today also. What do we know about him?
Well, now this man comes from Les Sables d'Olonne, which is a mecca of French offshore sailing. It is the Lourdes. It is where pilgrims of French sailing have to go to meet a top French sailor, and of course, it's where the Vendée Globe starts as well, and that will happen in November. So, can some of that magic of Les Sables d'Olonne rub off on Alpha, who is currently sitting in Brittany playing this game?
Yeah, and right now we are missing one player to join in. Greek 9 has some technical issues, so we're just waiting for Greek 9 to join in. He's trying to write us that he has seen some. There he goes in. So now we are ready for the next race, Alec. And let's see if Greek 9, he can continue doing what he's doing. But one guy I'm pretty amazed of is this guy from Ireland, starting second in this field of players.
Yeah, Finn Lynch, hugely experienced in the laser at Olympic level, competed in Rio, looking to compete at the next Olympic Games as well. But do those skills transfer into an EF50? Well, if race 1 is anything to go by, they certainly do. So we'll see if he can go one better than his second place finish in race number 1.
Yeah, and right now we have our eyes on the youngster, Dow Bosma. His build right now, we don't have a picture of him. He's on the inside, and what Greek 9 he spoke about in the start when we're starting up is it's all about being on the inside, but also have some speed in the build. And the reason why they want to be on the inside, Alec, is because then they have to right away when they hit that reach mark because of the rule of the inside turn of a mark. So they have the starboard side. So let's see what happens here.
And certainly Greece 9 had a good start because he was on that left-hand side of the line. But they're accelerating away, and we're looking at the orange sail of Douwe Bosma of the Netherlands. 5 seconds to go. And now they really pick up their speed on this reaching start. And Douwe Bosma coming really close to Greece 9 and Gervinho all picking up penalties. Yeah. Dean Foran as well.
And one of the penalties, Alec, was a false start for Gervinho. So, see, he's slowing down and coming last now. So that's so unlucky.
So Douwe Bosma out in front. We kind of spotted that he was in a good position, didn't we, in that pre-start, and he managed to hold on to it and is now leading to that first gate. Finn Lynch in second, Greece 9 third, Bandido in the mix as well.
Yeah, and amazing to see a guy like Finn Lynch. We haven't seen him before. He's gone under our radar. We've seen him in the community coming into the e-sailing community 2 months ago. And here he is in a qualifier final doing a top performance against players like Greek 9 and rest of the crew.
Yeah, started his e-sailing career during lockdown, as many of the top sailors did, because they needed to keep their hand in, they needed tactically to keep practicing, and this was the only way that they could do it. Yeah. But right now, Josut and Bandido and Gervinho are all moving up the fleet and looking in a good position, challenging Douwe Bosma.
Yeah, and it's amazing, Douwe, he made too many tacks upwind. And we have been speaking about this a lot of times, and I know a lot of the fans, a lot of the followers out there not always agree on us. But see, Douwe Bosma, because he did 2 extra tacks than the rest of them, he slowed down. No, Yusu went into panic. See what happened up there. And a penalty to Gervinho again. But because of all these tacks, he's slowing down. Every time you do a tack, you slow down, and it takes 11 seconds to hit the maximum speed again. And that's around 26 knots when they're going upwind. See here how slow it's going.
Well, 11 seconds is a very long time indeed. These races, really fast, furious, short races. They last about 4 minutes as a bunch of boats come in and Greece 9 picks up a penalty on that mark.
Yeah, and unlucky for Dean also. I don't know if he hit the mark, but he also got a penalty in that battle. So Yosu and Douwe Bosma is battling downwind right now. See here, Yosu, also upcoming talent. First time we also see him in a final like this, but in a final that all on the channel. Right now in third, but opposite side with speed, Finn Lynch and Bandido. And that's amazing.
Left-hand side of the course now. We're following Bandido and Finn Lynch coming up to the gate.
And it's a split, Alec. Quite interesting. And Bandido straight away go to Finn. And Finn going opposite, penalty to Finn. And that's just showing the difference from the skilled sailor and the new sailor. Because Bandido penalized him because he had the right away. Great tactics by him. This is e-sailing.
Yes, this is e-sailing. Some of the rules a little bit different from regular sailing. On the whole, they're similar. But there are these little quirks that can sometimes catch out the more experienced sailor. But Bandido out in front, Finn Lynch still holding on to second. It's only 30 meters difference. That's nothing in an EF50.
No. We have seen players, top players, taking 100 meters from here and until the reach mark and the finish line. So there is a game on between number 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. But I think Bandido and Finn Lynch is going to battling it out for the finish line. Let's see what happens over here.
Yep, so the fleet converging now. We're seeing Bandido come in from the right-hand side.
It's very close, Alec. What's happening? You see Alpha coming back, also battling for positions. But again, he's coming from the left-hand side, where the rest of the build has the right away here in the right-hand side. So if he goes in front of one of them, he might get penalized. Let's see there. Yeah, he bears away, go behind, not getting a penalty. Yusu in 5th. But very close battle for the secondary positions. Dow Bosma with a taxi, how slow it's going. Yusu needs to break up, not getting a penalty. Alpha coming in. That's giving Greek 9 a chance to get some points. He's going up in 3rd right now. And there we go. Dow is here. Alec, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, struggling with my picture, but I can now see Bandido heading towards that finish line.
Yeah.
Finn Lynch hot on his tail, but too far behind to make a difference. Greece 9 is going to take 3rd, but Douwe Bosma really close, challenging. But in the end, the Dutchman finishes 4th. And here comes Dean Foran as well with Greece 9.
And Yavino Alpha. So our game mixing up all the positions again, Alec. And
yeah, a real mix of positions, which is good to see, and it keeps things very interesting. So Bandido gets the 10 points. We're following the same kind of scoring system as SailGP, really. So Bandido gets 10 points for coming first. Finn Lynch gets his second placed finish, and that gets him 9 points. And Greece 9, who won race 1, will take 8 points with 3rd place. Douwe Bosma in 4th. He gets 7 points. And Dean Foran in 5th will get 6. And then it's Yozuk, Alpha, and Javinho.
But it's quite an interesting battle. Yosu, he was all the way in the battle again from the start. But we can just see how hard it is to battle against these top sailors. It's the first time he is a final. It's the first time we're seeing him doing a final at all in e-sailing. And that's the difference. He's really doing some great stuff. He has the highest speed today in cows. That's 48.6 knots downwind. Best average speed was for Bandido. Then we have still the shortest distance was from Dean. But see, none of the top players or none of the top 3 on this list, because Bandido won it again upwind for the first top gate mark, and again Douwe Bosma. We saw it. He got a penalty. He made attack, lost momentum, lost everything at that top gate mark, and this time he didn't drop to last but dropped to 6. Getting 4th place instead of. And again, we're seeing Greek 9 battling his way back. And that was also upwind. And at the last top mark, he won that battle. And Yosu, he lost it there. He came last, but he took at the reach mark. He took Alpha and Javinho. And today it's not Javinho's race. Normally we see him in the lead.
When these boats first took to the water in Sydney, 2 words were on everyone's lips. 50 knots. Fast forward to cows, and solid winds, a tweaked rudder, and a head start for Great Britain offered the best opportunity yet. On the water, they registered 49.54. But back on dry land, news came in, and it was good.
It was incredible. We kept pushing on the waters, we kept seeing 49s. Great to finally do it and show what these boats are capable of. It's a nice little, tick in the box almost, getting that 50 knots first, and hopefully that just upsets a couple of the skippers a little bit.
Well, the British were only the first to make 50 because they were the first team to sail in over 20 knots of wind. We would have hit 50 by now if they'd let us go sailing.
They were allowed on the water, they were allowed to sail, and they got out there and did 50 knots. Well done to them. But then hearing them saying, oh, it's nice to get one up on Tom Slingsby and the Australians, well, mate, we're sitting on shore.
Mind games? Maybe. But one thing is for sure, when Nathan Outteridge and Tom Slingsby first took to the water, they had a point to prove.
Hey, 50! 50.37 from Scott Babbage.
We did it on the way out to the race course day 1.
Yeah.
How long did it take them? 6 days?
60, boys. We're going for 60.
A little later, the Aussies became the first to exceed 51. Game on.
As soon as we did get on the water, we beat them comfortably. I got a pat on the back yesterday for breaking the speed record, but look, there's $1 million prize money for winning the races. For us, it's all about winning events.
We just heard over the comms that the Aussies did 50 and a half down the channel. So I think our challenge is to try and do 52.
And here we go. Go on. Nice one, fellas. Nice, boys. Nice one.
And we've just broken the 50 knot barrier, which is good.
To be honest, no one in our team really cares about doing 50 knots. We did it a few times yesterday and didn't even make a feature in our debrief. What are we here for? Are we here for racing or are we here to go fast? This event's a competition and all we want to do is prove that our team is the best team on the water.
They play up a rivalry between us, but mate, you're not even competing against us. Whatever.
And we are ready for race number 3. But Alec, it's going to be quite exciting what's going to happen here in race number 3. We have the scoreboard ready, so let's go in and see it.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's have a look at this because I reckon the top 5 can all make it through to the final. Look at that. 1 point separating the top 3 boats. So Finn Lynch and Grease 9 in first and second, but equal on points. Just behind them, Bandido on 17. And then it's 3 points back only to the Australian Dean Foran. And then Douwe Bosma can also make it to the final, mathematically anyway, for the Netherlands. So in the actual final, we've already got 7 players. They are from France, they're from Britain, they're from Spain, and they're from Turkey. So are we going to get a new nation, another nation joining that lot? Maybe it could be Ireland, maybe it'll be Greece.
Yeah, and that's going to be amazing. I'm quite excited to see if Finn Lynch, he can keep up the pace in race number 3. We'll just ask the players to join in the next race, and the winner of the match race that's coming after race number 3 will meet a guy like him. Race number 3, Alec.
Foran
yeah.
Of Australia, Dean Foran, otherwise known, if you're part of the community, you'll know him as First Loser, the 51-year-old who made the World Championship final last year. Can he make the eSailGP Grand Final tonight? He has a lot of work ahead of him. He's a few points behind the leaders now, but he can do it.
Yeah, and then we have a guy like Finn Lynch, and we have Greek 9. Those 2 we need to keep an eye on. But Dean and Douwe Bosma still have a chance to come back in the race. Let's get them ready to rumble. And the start is going. The starting procedure is coming. 1 minute to start. Let's see how they're thinking. Let's see them sweat a little bit. This is Yusu. He's in there for the first time. Then we have Finn Lynch sitting in the couch ready. We have Dean. He's ready, focused. Bandido, he wants to defend that position up there. And then we have Alpha for the first time in a final. Everything can change. This is race number 3. You need to perform in all races. Who will join us in a match race, Alec?
Well, who knows? 40 seconds to go. The pressure is on. You can see in some of their faces like this of Alphas, you can see it's their last chance. The pressure is on. A little smile from Dean Foran down in Australia. He's sitting in Brisbane, and where it is very early in the morning. And he's got up especially to compete in this competition. So we'll see how that goes. Now, let's just see how they line up here with 15 seconds to go. They all want to try and get on this left-hand side. That's the side that's paid off so far on this reaching start. And closest to us, we've got Grease 9. And it's a good start on the far end of the line for Douwe Bosma of the Netherlands. Yeah, and what a start for the young Dutchman. Grease 9 comes in second. And it's so close. Yeah. Jozuk, in the end, rounds that mark in second. Greece 9, penalty.
Yeah.
He pushed it too much, Jozuk, round that reach mark and picked up a penalty. So Greece 9 moves up into second, but already a good lead for the Dutchman. Vinho is third.
Yeah, and this is quite amazing to see what's going on here. Vinho, he's played out his game, but he still wants to top perform. Greek 9, Dar Bosma, Bandito, Finn Lynch, 4 players battling to come in here and see. That is Bandito sitting home in Spain. He has his coach at the time. That is the famous, notorious Blackbeard, also named Kaladranka. He's sitting there and supporting him right now. And then we have Vinho in second right now. But amazing to see how much this means for them. Let's see how they will perform.
Look, even the dogs come to watch.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see this final race. Gervinho out in front right now. Douwe Bosma also challenging. Dean Foran doing the business. But what about our 2 leaders? Finn Lynch currently sitting in 5th. Greece 9 now sitting in 3rd. So as things stand, Greece 9 is going to be the winner and is going to go through.
Yeah, and it's quite amazing, Alec, I have to say. What I'm experiencing right now in our show here is some of the players are so focused that they're actually turning off their cameras and shutting out our in the studio because they want to focus right now. Vinho in the lead. We have Douwe. Oh, Douwe again. Mistake at the mark rounding. Very costly, but see, penalty to Greek 9, penalty to Bandito. The 2 leaders, Alec. This will change everything.
What a gate that was, and that could change everything. Finn Lynch now will be looking to move up the fleet and try and take advantage. He's got to get ahead of Greece 9 for a chance to get through to the final. The top 2, remember, go through.
But Douwe, he's playing it. He's going all the way for it. Dean Foran also going all the way. Alpha and Vinho, they cannot win it. They're just doing it for the honor. But they're doing such a fantastic race right now. But let's see how this will unfold. Right now we have one focused guy, Greek 9, coming in here. He needs to keep that 5th position to be able to go into that match race.
So Gervinho has made 2 match race finals before. He's not going to get through this time, but he is leading the final race. He's racing for pride here. Alpha, who's had an inconsistent set of results, is now up into 2nd. Dean Foran in 3rd. And he can only do as well as he can and then worry about how those ahead of him in the overall leaderboard are doing. So Dean Foran racing his race.
But Finn Lynch, he's second last right now. He's outplayed his position up there in the lead. We have seen it before. And Douwe Bosma in 2nd. Dean in 4th. Will Dean have enough points to go into the match race, or will it be Douwe Bosma? We don't know. It will not be Vinho. It will not be Alpha. They are doing it for the honor. But who will join into that match race?
Well, we're going to have to do a lot of maths to work it out. Gervinho out in front, but look at this. Douwe Bosma just kind of goes between those 2, wondering about penalties there, but he gets away with it. Alpha in 2nd, Dean Foran now in 3rd.
And it's the last mark rounding. They're going for the reach. Dean in 3rd, Douwe in 4th, Greek 9 in 5th, Bandito in 7th, Finn Lynch in 8th. Oosh!
Penalty for Finn Lynch.
Yeah, it's game over, Finn. It's game over, Bandito. But will Greek 9 have enough points to defend his position? Will it be Dean or Douwe going into that match race? Let's see how that will go. Let's see how it will end up. There we go. Victory to
Douwe
Vinho.
Bosma picked up a penalty.
Yeah.
So Dean Foran now moves up into 3rd. So a great result for the Australian. He could hardly do any better in this final race. Douwe Bosma, who led for so much of the race, ends up settling for 4th. And then here come the stragglers. And who would have thought we'd see Bandito and Finn Lynch near the back?
Yeah, amazing result that like we experience here. Amazing. And the most amazing about this is Vinho, he shows what he's made of, winning it. He was the only one coming into this race with a best series score of 100 points. He just showed his strength, and Alpha also ending up in a good position here in second. Dean Forum in third. Dauer Bosma in fourth. Greek 9 in fifth. Yusso, in sixth. Bandito in seventh. Finn Lynch in eighth. But let's try to go to Australia, Alec, and talk with Dean. Hear how he is before we're getting the scoreboard up and see who goes into the final.
Yeah, we're getting our calculators out. But meantime, Dean, you came back there with a good result. Talk us through it.
Yeah, once again, the start wasn't so good. Have you got me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Greek 9 did a good job of blocking out on the start and slowed me down. That was good. But all I could do is try and get back as high as I can, and hope.
Well, I can tell you, you've certainly got you got ahead of Finn Lynch in the overall leaderboard. We're doing the number crunching, so we'll see how you get on. What would it mean to be the only Australian in the grand final?
Dean, we lost your sound.
Is that better?
Yeah, thank you. We will just go straight to Dauer Bosma. Dauer, can you? We want to hear you. We want to see if he's going into the final. Dauer, what a race! Dauer Bosma, can you hear me?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
So Dauer, you finished. Let me think. A fourth, I think, in that final race in the end. But you were leading for a lot of it. What happened?
I don't know. I lost 2 times first place in 2 races, so I don't know. I had some stupid mistakes. I need to learn. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're we see you getting closer and closer to some of the big prizes in e-sailing all the time. So you're learning all the time, improving all the time. And anyway, we don't know yet who's made this grand final. So
yeah,
fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Alec Wilkinson, time to see who made it into the final. Let's see who we're going to see with us going into a match race.
Quick drum roll. Who was it? Oh, the
What a
Australian
finish,
makes it through to the grand final.
Yeah.
Just behind Greece 9 on 24 points.
Yeah.
And then comes Bandito and Finn Lynch on 21. Finn Lynch, how disappointed will he be with his last place finish in that final qualifying race?
Yeah. And I actually understand why Dauer Bosma, he's a little bit sad about this, because if he won over Dean, then he actually has been in second, because then Dean has been losing 2 points and Dauer have been getting 2 points, and everything have been 21 points for him, and the score for Bandito and Finn has changed a little bit also. So quite a race, but Finn losing the race. If he just got second last instead of last, he'll been in the match race final.
Which is why we say time and time again, this is all about consistency. We've seen it happen where sailors have done really well in the first couple of races and then thrown it away in the last race, and vice versa. They've had a bad start but come back towards the end.
Yeah, we will have 2 players in the match race, Alec, Greek 9 and Dean Forum, and we'll be back and watch them in a few seconds.
During the training sessions, we noticed visually that the Brits appeared to be flying higher than other teams. The first thing that we did when we came in off the water was pull the data from the Oracle Cloud to try and verify that observation. All the teams know that flying higher means that you have less drag, but it's also risky, and it's helpful to use the data to get an idea of where we are relative to the rest of the teams. From looking at the data, we were able to identify ride height as an area that we could push harder. And on the first race day, that's what we did. We feel like it worked well for us. If we look at the first race day, we had an awesome back and forth with GBR.
It's USA, Great Britain nearest the camera, and they're both pulling over 40 knots.
The guys knew that they had to push the ride height, and you can see they're significantly higher on average. This is about the first 30 seconds of that downwind. USA was flying at 1.1 meters or higher above the water, doing 41.5 knots, whereas the Brits are flying much lower. They're about 0.9 meters, doing about 39 knots. So that seems really small, but actually that can make a significant difference in your downwind boat speed.
And we are getting ready to the match race final, and we have spoke with the two match race competitors, Alec. It's going to be Greek 9 and it's going to be Dean Forum, but who will win it today? Will it be the Australian or the Greek player?
Well, it's a hard call, isn't it? Both of them really experienced e-sailors, so it's going to be difficult to decide, who has the upper hand. But one thing's for sure is we're going to have yet another nation represented in the eSailGP Grand Final.
Yeah, and it's going to be very close. Let's go into the game. The guys are ready in there. I can see Dean is in there. We're just missing Greek 9 to join in the race. So let's get ready to rumble. And this is Dean. And I have a funny story about Dean. First time I met him live was in Bermuda at the World Championship. I've never seen him before because he's invisible on the social medias, and but what a player in Virtual Regatta Inshore. A World Championship position, qualified in last position, and this is his second final in the eSailGP qualifier.
Yeah, and good to see a real range in ages as well, isn't it? So 51 years old, Dean. I know he doesn't like us going on and on about it, and I don't blame him. But, when we've got 14-year-olds playing and 51-year-old playing, it shows how inclusive this game of e-sailing really is.
And then we have an experienced match race sailor. He has been in a final like this before. Last time was against Turkey, where we actually talked about it was Sparta versus Turkey. And that time he lost in the start because they had a really battle of positions in the start. What will the tactics be for Greek 9 this time?
Well, we've seen the man from Saloniki get some good starts this evening in these qualifiers. So we'll see. But of course, it's a completely different situation now because we've got a match race final. So we've got a head-to-head, one against one. And you never quite know, because we don't get to see them match racing that much, whether they're aggressive or defending. So we'll see. We'll see what tactics they use.
Yeah, and here we go. This is the start is going 1 minute, so it's now they can penalize each other. But interesting call, see Greek 9 standing on the starting line, just waiting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Waiting to be joined by the Australian. Have to see how this plays out. So Greece 9.
And now the aggressive begins. He's coming in the left side. He took the left side advantage against Dean Forum. So now he can penalize him when they're getting up towards the top mark. So Dean, he needs to take that position back. But coming with speed from behind, it's going to be a slow start. Remember, a false start will be crucial in this time. Who will win it?
Well, the Australian seems to have powered up already. Is heading towards that line, and he cuts up in front of the Greek. So the Australian Dean Foran has the advantage on the start line. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they are gone here. Dean in the lead, Alec. He takes the lead, coming to the mark. Greece 9 is too slow in the start, but it's not over yet. It's the first time we're not seeing the players battling each other in the start, but just taking win away from each other.
Okay, I'm playing catch up here with my pictures. So Dean Foran, that start, he managed to hold on to that advantage. Now in this situation, in these fast boats, it is very difficult for that second place boat to catch up. Yeah. But he's doing it. He's doing well. He's closing the distance.
And interesting, it's a split, Alec. It's a split situation. Dean taking what we're calling the four-way upwind, and we are seeing Grease 9 taking the tree, trying to take the tree also, but he needs to go closer to Dean, so he needs to do 4 tacks against upwind. Dean coming in, but see Grease 9 getting ready to attack him. 2 meters, 1 meter. This is going to be very close. Dean needs to go behind him. Grease 9 back in the race.
Wow. That was close.
Yeah.
And Grease 9 now, what an overtake. That was a crucial moment in this race. Fantastic action in these EF50s.
But again, Dean coming back, doing the same attack. He has the right away now. Will Grease 9 lose it this time? It's getting close. No, he's far ahead. Or not far ahead. He's just managed to be ahead. And now they're coming up to the mark. And Grease 9 had the right away when they're coming in. Amazing race, this one.
Yeah, so they are dueling their way up this course in this final race to decide whether it'll be an Australian or a Greek in the grand final tomorrow night. And here they come. They're both going for the same mark. And Dean just tries to take the inside but picks up a penalty. And that is going to cost him dear. And that might be the move that costs him the race and a place in the final.
It's not over yet. It's only 112 meters. We've seen it before, but unlucky for Dean. He took a chance to go on the inside. He actually managed to come in front of Greek 9. He got the penalty for hitting the mark and not being hit by Greek 9. So very unlucky. So close by Dean here. But let's see here. Catch the mouse in front of him. Cat against mouse. 45-41. Whoosh. It's going to be a close one.
Well, can Leonardo from Greece hold on to this lead? The 40-year-old against the 51-year-old. So there isn't really that much in it in experience either, both as far as sailing is concerned or as far as age. And now they come in for another cross with Dean Foran closing the gap on the Greek.
Yeah, and it's amazing who of those two here will have this chance to win an exclusive ride on an F50 and also have a chance to win a direct spot for the World Championship. They are side by side.
Yeah, and did you see that? Yeah, the Greek 9 deciding to cover Dean Foran and is now in control of this. Dean has to obviously try and get ahead, but that was a slow turn from the Greek.
Yeah.
If you're going to play that tactic, you've got to be quick. You've got to be on the button with your controls. But who's got the best line going into the gate?
Yeah, and right now Greek 9 is inside the ley line. That's the dotted line. No, the wind is shifting. So both of them are going to do one more extra tack upwind. Dean will take the left side. I'm pretty sure that Greek 9 might take the right side. Or will he try to cover off Dean? This is a battle we've seen before. Who will win it? Greek going to the far side. Dean following him with more speed, Alec. Whoosh.
More speed, and the gap has closed. They are neck and neck here. So Dean Foran now 50 meters behind. They're accelerating to the reach. The Australian is running out of racetrack. The Greek has the advantage. He's hitting 45 knots. How fast is the Australian going?
44.
He's matching him for speed, knot to knot. And now the final turn for Leonardo of Greece. He heads towards that finish line, and it's going to be Greece that goes through to the grand final with Dean Foran. Oh, so close. That was an absorbing race. A round of applause from the loser to the winner. And well done, Leonardo in Saloniki, representing Greece. He is going to be our 8th grand final finalist.
And let's see if we can have him in the picture. I know his family sometimes come running into the picture when he's winning. What a race, Greek 9.
Very beautiful race. Dean is an athlete who respects a lot in the game. And I try to play clean and fair. But in the mark, it's not my fault, Dean. Sorry.
So
very nice race. I enjoyed it a lot. Very nice race.
Tell us what was the maneuver you think that won you the race?
I think is in the start of the upwinds, first upwinds, who didn't. He chose the wrong side. I
Yeah,
saw
okay.
the wind change from the right, and I'm going from the right.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well done. So you have 24 hours now to prepare for the grand final. Are you going to be doing any training?
No, I play 49ers tomorrow. I have the world champion every day.
Right. Okay. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Thanks, Dean.
Absolutely. Let's speak to Dean. That was so close. I personally, I think of all our match race finals, I think that was the most absorbing and the closest yet. Bad luck, but you know, how do you feel after that? Do you feel you gave it your best?
Oh, I did. It was in any race, it'd be good. Oh. To beat Greek 9 in any race is very difficult.
Yeah.
I can. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. Look, to beat Greek 9 in any race is very difficult. The match race head to head, almost shaking in my boots there.
All right. Well, let's leave Dean because we're having trouble hearing from him. But yeah, a shame to see him go out. He's such a great competitor, top class competitor, and you know, competes in a gentlemanly fashion as well. And he never gave up at any point during that match race, did he, Thomas? So a fantastic climax, really. And to what's been a long but absorbing, exciting competition.
But Alec, I have to also say, Dean just managed to say, hey, this is pretty hard. The pulse is pumping. It's sweaty. It's hot. You need to be focused. You're shaking and all thing. We heard Javinho saying the same thing in the last qualifier final where he lost, that next time he needs to drink a beer. But tonight I think he got too many beers before getting in there because he was too relaxed. He lost it tonight. And this just show the excitement, the tactic, and they have to be on air to be ready to win a race like this.
They do. And I can't wait for, tomorrow night. I keep saying tomorrow night. That's our time here in Europe. But the early hours in Australia, wherever you are, make sure you try and tune in, whether it's on eSailTV or whether it's on the SailGP site or World Sailing's Facebook page. We've got some great action coming up. We've got the top sailors going head to head. And we've got, five nations represented amongst those 8 sailors. So 2 Turks, 3 Spanish, a Briton, a French, and now a Greek.
And it's going to be amazing. Who will win an exclusive ride on an F50? Who will win a direct spot for the World Championship? Watch it tomorrow, 2200 hours Paris time, or what they call 10 p.m. Central European time tomorrow. Alec, great pleasure to have you in the game. Great pleasure to have you in here. We see around the world there is a lot of internet used at the moment, but fantastic game we had tonight.
And we'll sort out the storms and the thunder and so on, so that you can actually see me tomorrow.
Yeah, don't worry, all of you. Thank you to being live with us. Congratulations to Greek 9, and remember, tomorrow, this is what it's all about.